All right, and check this out. Before the Durant news broke, Houston's championships odds were 18-1, tied for 8th shortest. Now, after landing KD plus 800, tied for the 2nd shortest, trailing just the Thunder. Houston hasn't reached the NBA Finals since winning back-to-back titles in 94 and 95, as in 1994 and 95. Okay. Got our sports betting analyst, Tyler Fulghum, here, and Anscape's senior writer, David Dennis Jr. All right, Tyler, we just went through the odds scenario with Houston, how they changed after KD was traded. What's your advice to bettors interested in betting on the Rockets?
I would say, whoa, easy there, partner. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good team, and I think Keith makes a good point about them potentially being a 2 seed again, but the West is deep. The West is talented. And KD's teams, ever since he left Golden State, haven't delivered on the promise. So they could be the 2nd-best team behind OKC, but I would wait and see. I would wait and see, especially maybe if there's an injury that they start slow, then buy back on them at a better price. But having them jump all the way to the 2nd most likely team to win the NBA championship behind the Thunder, that doesn't check with me. That's too expensive right now to buy the Rockets.
Okay, I like the right now. You're like a good investment advisor. Wait and see. Be patient. David, should we be patient? How do you view Houston when it comes to challenging the Thunder in the West next year?
I'm with Tyler here, 100%. I think their ceiling is like a competitive Western Conference Finals matchup with OKC. They do have Durant, who is still somehow putting up some of his best seasons that we've ever seen. Amen Thompson is an absolute stud. Fred VanVleet is a veteran presence there. But a lot has to go right for them to reach that ceiling. They still need Şengün or Amen Thompson, I just mentioned, to elevate offensively and be real number 2 offensive weapons. They did lose Dylan Brooks, who was great defensively for them. They still need some stuff to work out in their favor for the course of an entire season, because Kevin Durant still is 37 years old. A lot of stuff has to go right for them to be even in the conversation to be competitive with OKC.
Wow, so much doubt. So much doubt. I would put the money on him right now. I don't have the app on my phone, but I would. Now, Tyler, let's go to the East. We got the Tyrese Haliburton. That's okay. You can put that away. I want to talk to you about this Tyrese Haliburton news. Obviously disappointing with what happened with his Achilles. How does that news impact the Pacers' odds next year?
It hasn't really moved it, because after the sportsbook saw what happened to Tyrese Haliburton last night, they went ahead and figured it was just a matter of time before the Achilles tear became official. So when we released the odds for next season, the Pacers were already a 40-1 long shot. It hasn't changed since this news has been verified. It was all but assumed that the Pacers were going to be dealing with most, if not all, of next season without Tyrese Haliburton. So there's no real change. They opened at 40-1. That's where they've stayed right now at this point.
Wow, it just shows you his impact, by the way, because remember, they were in this thing leading halftime. They look good, and still without him, it's tough. All right, Tyler, give me one team in the East and one team in the West where you see the value going.
All right, I'll start in the East, and the Boston Celtics, to me, feel like they're kind of being slept on, because they're a team that has proven championship pedigree. And I know Jason Tatum is hurt, okay? But that's why you're getting a good price on the Celtics. If JT was not hurt, they would be almost near the Thunder atop the odds boards for NBA Finals. So I think Jaylen Brown and that group can weather the storm for most of the season. If JT comes back for the playoffs, then you have really good value on a Celtics team that's a proven commodity. And I was choosing between 3 teams in the West: the Lakers, the Warriors, the Nuggets. I heard Danny Green come on here and say, I think the Lakers are legit. So I'm going with the Lakers here. Right now, they don't look like a championship contender, but they're going to make a move to add a center that fits alongside Luka Doncic. And when that move happens, this price that you can pay right now for the Lakers is going to go up. So I would advise getting in on the Lakers right now before they make that move to complete the roster around LeBron and Luka.
So I'm looking at the East here, and the East has just become so wide open in the last, 12 hours now, 16 hours. I'm looking at the Cavs, though. Like Cleveland, you have to say, if you're the Cavaliers, we went up against this Indiana Pacers team that was riding this wave of, improbable wins. We had Garland, who was injured. We're coming off a 60-plus win season. We can still be competitive. We don't have to face the Celtics team, probably. The Knicks do not have a coach. We're right there where we want to be. This has broken our way. If we're Cleveland, we should feel like we can come right back into the playoffs and make it to the finals like they probably felt like they should have done this year.
Okay, guys, you got your investment advice, your analysis. You're set, people out there. David, Tyler, thank you.
wanna try to boast at what I look like. Put them down, try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a history club.